What's up guys? In this video, I'm going to take you from a complete beginner to a YouTube ads expert if you stay with me for the next 20 to 30 minutes. Now I know that's a really bold claim, but let me prove it to you. So the first thing we're going to cover in this video is how to create your very first YouTube ads campaign. And let me tell you right now, this stuff is going to be nearly impossible to find online. The only way I've been able to find this information is paying $2,500 on an online course. So you cannot find this stuff on YouTube. There's like 1 or 2 videos on YouTube, but I can tell you right now, these people have barely spent any money on YouTube ads. I've spent $30,000 to $40,000 on YouTube ads over the last 3-4 months. And I can tell you guys right now, these other videos that you're seeing on YouTube, they're telling you a little bit of the wrong information. And YouTube is something that's extremely, not really new, but Google barely even knows anything about it themselves. Like if you call up Google on the phone and you try to get help on your YouTube ads, they're not going to help you at all. The only thing they know how to help you with is Google search ads. So I guess I can be your only line of help right now. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this video. And the first thing, like I said, I'm going to walk you through a campaign, how to start a campaign from scratch and get all of the perfect settings so you guys don't waste any money, because I've wasted thousands of dollars, and you can see the other 26,000. I have more clients and more ad accounts than that I've been working with and spending tens of thousands of dollars on. I've worked with local businesses, e-commerce, online courses. I've worked with all those and ran YouTube ads for those. And then the next thing I'm going to do in this video is, after I show you how to build a campaign from scratch, I am going to show you my exact strategy when creating your YouTube ad video and the exact structure you want to follow so you can make sure your video gets you the most bang for your buck. So let's do this. Let's jump into our first campaign. Let me just introduce you to the platform here. This is the new, and keep in mind, Google AdWords did change their name to Google Ads if you didn't know that already. So it's just Google Ads now. And to make an account, you just search Google Ads and you just make the account, stuff like that. They might even give you some free money. And what you're going to do, well, let me just introduce you to this platform first, and then we'll get jumped into making the first campaign. So on the left here, you have all the campaigns, and pretty much all these options here will show you the things that are inside the campaigns. You've got the tools button here. I usually never really use the reports button. Tools button here. Some of these I do use. So let's see, the main ones that you would want to worry about: audience manager. And we can go through some of these later, but I'll just go over this quickly. Conversion is one thing that we'll cover today. And these settings, I would recommend the first time you set up your account, just go through each one of these settings and make sure everything's right. You'll have to link your YouTube account and other accounts and stuff like that. So let's jump right into making the first campaign. So you're going to click on the campaign section here, and you're going to press, or you just do all campaigns, and you press this little plus button, and then you're going to do new campaign. Now keep in mind, we're only going to cover the new ads manager. This is the old one here. And obviously it's easier if we just cover the new one, because that's what most of you guys are going to be using if you're just starting out YouTube ads. And I really just recommend using the new one. It's a lot simpler and a lot easier to use. So you'll get a couple options here. Now if you want to do YouTube ads, you're going to do video, obviously. So I'm not going to cover any of these other ones in here. But then you're going to choose video. And then you got a couple options here. So you got leads, website traffic, product and brands consideration, brand awareness and reach. Now if you read the things on the right here, it'll tell you exactly what each of these mean. So the ones that I use most commonly are leads and product and brand consideration. So here's the benefits and downside. And if you guys want to learn more specifically what each one of these means, take the time, read each one of these on your own. But leads and product and brand consideration are the number ones that I use most. So if you want to get like a purchase on your website, or you want to get like a lead for your business, you want to get a webinar registration, whatever it is, I usually recommend leads. But if you're using a small audience, like a retargeting list of 100,000 people, it might be better to use product and brand consideration. Let me explain why. So product and brand consideration, or brand awareness and reach, are going to cost you less money to reach the same amount of people. So the cost to reach 1,000 people on this might be $10, and the cost to reach 1,000 people might be $20. Why? Well, it's because YouTube has learned what people are likely to become leads, so they'll make you pay more money to target the people that are likely to become leads, because they're higher quality people, if that makes sense. But if you're doing a retargeting campaign, what does it matter? You already know all the people in there are high quality anyways, so we might as well just do this one because we'll reach them for less money. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I usually test between these two, and I'm going to cover this video fast because I want to keep it fast paced for the people that want to go fast. But if you need to watch it again because I'm going a little bit too fast, that's perfectly fine. I just want to keep it good and high quality, and I don't want to waste any of you guys' time. So usually what I end up doing is I'll split test. If you're ever wondering what's going to work better, split test them, and I'll show you how to do a split test in this video too maybe. So for right now, I'm just going to choose leads because this is a little bit of a confusing one. Now, another problem that I had was choosing the lead objectives. When I'm giving you guys this information, because it's going to come up in the future for you, they have this special thing. And I'll actually cover how to do a leads one and how to do a product and brand consideration. So let's just go to leads first. And the first thing you're going to do, name the campaign. Usually what I do is I write whatever the goal is here. So leads, and then I'll name it whatever our objective is. So let's say like webinar, if I only have one webinar, and then I might name it whatever the audience I target is. That's usually what I name it. So let's say we're going to do subscribers, people that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Or it could be a similar audience. It could be literally anything. I'll go over all those in a minute too. So budget, you can just start at whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. You can start it at $5, $20, $50. Obviously, the more you put in, the faster you're going to get your results back. And languages, these things are pretty self-explanatory. Network, YouTube videos, those are going to stay the same. So one thing that is going to show up, so these are blocked out on the leads objective, you'll notice, but these will not be blacked out on some of the other objectives. I usually suggest only clicking the YouTube videos. The reason they automatically did this for you when they choose a lead goal is because YouTube already knows the people are most likely to become leads when they watch a YouTube video like this. So target CPA. In the other options, you're going to get a thing that says like target cost per view. But when you choose the lead goal, you're going to get this thing that says target CPA. And this is a little bit buggy for right now, I think. And when you start this at the beginning, you're probably going to have to put a crazy number in here, like $200 or something to actually, because if you only put like whatever you actually want your cost per lead to be, if let's say you put $5 here, most likely if you haven't ran any ads in the account, since Google doesn't have any previous data on how much a lead costs you, they're going to assume that a lead costs you a lot of money. So what you're going to have to do at the beginning is probably put this at like something crazy like $200, or your ads aren't going to spend any money. So if your ads aren't spending money, this is the reason you're probably going to have to increase this a lot. And then what you can do is after you, let's say, get 20 leads and each of those 20 leads have cost you to $10 on average, then you might be able to raise it down to $15 or something like that. And what this is really doing is this is setting your bid of how much you're willing to pay. So if one company is willing to pay $300 per lead and you're only willing to pay $5 per lead, your ads aren't going to run because these other companies are bidding way more. So you got a couple options here. Inventory, I just recommend probably most of you guys just keep it on standard inventory. I'm just going to cover that quickly. Excluded content. You can exclude some of these. And usually I just uncheck this because it'll just make it a little bit cheaper. These ones just changed actually. See, it says October 2018. So I'm assuming, yeah, if we just click on these, then they'll be excluded. But we want to show on all of them because it'll make us the lowest money unless you have a specific reason you don't want to show your ads on these. And ad group name, we're going to go ahead and copy this. And I usually just put this on the same on all. And then demographics, audiences. All right, so demographics, you can choose gender, age, and household income, parent, not parent. One thing to know is Google's age ranges are terrible, absolutely terrible compared to Facebook. So literally like 60% of your people will fall in this unknown category because YouTube is not as good as Facebook as far as data goes. So keep that in mind. Majority of your audience will be in this unknown section. So I don't even mess with this a lot of times. Most of the time I just honestly keep the same unless you want to just mark out like 65 plus, 56 plus. I usually always check these unknown ones or it'll cost you a lot more money unless you know for sure that you want to be in a really specific age range and stuff like that. And you can always, if you're wondering if something's going to work better, split test it. And like I said, I'm going to show you how to do that too in this video. So here are your audiences. One thing to keep in mind that's different from Facebook, if you ever advertised on Facebook, is you can't say, I want a person to be interested in this subject and interested in this subject. Everything is or. So you can only add things. You can't say they have to be this and this. That's one downside to YouTube ads and Google AdWords. You're not able to do that, but I'll show you how you're kind of able to do that in a second here. So you kind of have a lot of different options here. So who they are, marital status, education, all this stuff. What are their interests, and what you can do to make it even easier. Let's say you're doing a social media marketing company and you want to find people that are interested in social media marketing. Just type in whatever you need here and they'll give you a lot of different options. You guys can play around and search through all these and see what all the options are, but they're pretty much just like this. The only one that's a little bit different is how they've interacted with the business. So this means remarketing in similar audiences. And these are some of the most powerful audiences. So if you have a YouTube channel, what you can do is if you see here, once you connect your YouTube channel in this linked account section, and also, by the way, if you're doing that, make sure you uncheck this box here, because if you don't uncheck this box on YouTube, if this box is checked, you're not going to be able to run YouTube ads. So don't mess that up. Make sure you check this so you can be running YouTube ads. Or retargeting ads at least. It'll let you run YouTube ads, but it won't let you run retargeting ads. So YouTube users, once you connect your account, as you can see here, I can do the people that watch my channels my videos in the last 30 days. I can do my subscribers. I can do people that watch my videos. For some reason, all my subscribers don't show up, which kind of sucks. I can do all the people that watch any video from my channel. I can do similar audiences, which will automatically populate. I'll show you guys how to get all these audiences here in a second. And you can connect to your website and put the Google Pixel in your website, just like Facebook Pixel, and it'll attract the people that visit your website, and you can retarget those people on YouTube. You can upload your email list, etc. There's lots of different options here. So to do that, let me just cover that real quickly, and I'll cover two things real quickly because you'll need to have conversions set up to do leads as well. You'll also have to do Audience Manager. So I'll go through both of those real quick and we'll clear this. Close this up. Oh, and there's one thing I missed here. There's a small button that says additional settings, and we're going to want to edit this as well. So frequency capping, this is the only one that I really change. A lot of times I like to do a frequency cap so that I make sure the same YouTube ad doesn't go to like the same person 100 times in a week, because if you have a really small audience, that might happen. So I might do per week. So impressions is the number of times somebody sees the ad, and then views is if they actually watch like 10, 20 seconds of the ad. So impressions, I usually might do like 7 per week, or I might do like seven views per week, but it really just depends on what your goal is. If you know that somebody's gonna watch your ad, if they've watched it 3 times, and then they're not gonna, if you know that if they watch your ad 3 times, they're not going to probably opt in, then you can just cap it at that. This is kind of up to your own discretion, but I do use these pretty often. Usually I just put like 7 views here, or 7 impressions, so it's like 1 per day, so that people just don't get completely spammed by my ads. So from here, demographics, audiences, already covered that. Keywords, we'll cover those in a second, but first I wanted to show you how the audiences work. So as you can see, I have a lot of different audiences here, but you're not going to automatically have these. You're going to have to add these in. So once you go to over tools here and go to Audience Manager, then you're going to be able to press this plus button, and you're going to be able to do website visitor, app users, YouTube users, customer list, custom combination. So to add people on your YouTube, obviously do that. If you have an email list, obviously do that. So you just pretty much pick from these options. And then once you do that, you'll be able to create somebody in this new audience, no matter what it is. You can do all these different options here, etc. So let me go back for a second to show you how the website thing works. YouTube pretty much explains and walks you through how to do all these, so I'm not going to go over these two in detail to save you time. They're pretty easy to figure out. If you can't figure it out, just search a YouTube help article, because this isn't really YouTube specific. And you'll have to, obviously, if you want to do a website visitor, you have to do an audience, and you have to install a pixel, which we'll have to go over to You can do Google Analytics accounts but all this stuff. There's lots of different things you can do, but let's just go back into conversions because this is just a YouTube. This is not YouTube ad specific. YouTube has Google has some pretty good articles on how to set this all up, and I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time in this video. So conversion actions, you're gonna press the plus button, and then you'll be able to add a website conversion most of the time. And then from there, you're going to name your conversion, because if you want to do the lead objective, you want to put conversions in there. Facebook's not going to know how many conversions you're getting. You're going to name your conversion, give it a category. Is it a purchase, a lead, sign up, whatever? How much is the value of the conversion? You can pick that. How long is the conversion window? And leave that the same. And then last click, pretty much keep all this the same. And then create and continue. And then what's going to happen next is I'm just going to put random stuff here, just so I can get this going for you. And you're going to be able to set up this tag, and this is where you'll actually install the pixel to your website. And you can either use the Google Tags Manager or you can install the tags yourself. For the long term, I suggest using the Google Tags Manager, and that's a little bit confusing, to be honest with you guys. So if you're finding it too confusing to use the Tags Manager, just go with this, but the Tag Manager is a little bit better, just so you know. And you're going to do HTML, and then it'll basically tell you exactly what to do here. You'll have to copy and paste this into your whole website. Like, this needs to go on every page of your website, and then you're going to have this specific event snippet that you're going to place on the thank you page of the thing. So on the thank you page of whatever the conversion event is. So let's say you go to a webinar like mine, and from there, what you do is you reserve your seat. What I would do on ClickFunnels is I would put that other code on the thank you page of my ClickFunnels, so that now Google knows if they reach the thank you page, that means they became a lead. That's how you pretty much explain that. So Google has things on this as well. So if you're confused on this, is you just search how to set up conversion Google ads, and they'll have a tutorial on it. See, as you can see here, Google even has their own tutorial and stuff like that. So we'll close all this stuff up for you guys, keep it simple, and we'll jump back into finishing creating our thing. So what you can do, though, even though I said you can't say an audience, they have to be interested in this thing and this thing, but what you can do is you can say they have to be interested in this, and they have to be also searching for this keyword. So this is not really searching for the keyword. On YouTube ads, what keywords mean is basically whatever keywords a YouTube video has, that's where it's going to show up. It's not really what somebody is searching for. So for example, let's just go to this random video by CNN Business, can LSD make you a billionaire? What an example is if you put LSD in the keyword thing here, your ad might show up on this video. Or if you put any of the keywords that are in this description, they might show up on this video. Or if they have tagged the video with the word LSD, it might show up on the video. That's how that works. So it's not really what they're searching for unless you do a YouTube search ad. And topics here, same thing. This is where this is basically like show your ads on content about specific subjects. So YouTube kind of categorizes the videos based on what they're about. So let's say you want to put your ad on gaming channels, and you might choose one of these specific categories here. Or let's say you want your ads to appear on jobs and education, then you would click here, or you choose the specific ones that you want your ads to be on. And these are just types of videos, basically. It's basically the topics of the videos. But what you can do is you can say, like, I want my audience to be interested in finding a job, and then you also put the topic as job finding videos. That can be a pretty solid audience. Really, the only way to know, though, is by testing it out and testing different audiences. That's really the best way to learn for yourself about your what the best targeting is for you on YouTube. So everybody's best targeting is going to be different. And then placements, what this allows you to do is place your ads on specific YouTube channels. Now, in YouTube videos, you can even put your ad on one YouTube video if you wanted. But the downside to this is typically this is really expensive to do, and your cost per reaching 1,000 people is going to be pretty high. So CPM. That's one thing to keep in mind with this, but you might get lucky and you might get a video that there's not anybody advertising on, and that's doing that. But that's just a cool thing that you can do if you want to just literally put your ads on your competition's videos. You can do that. That's one really cool thing about YouTube ads. So To create your YouTube ad, you're gonna have to upload your video to YouTube. And I'm just gonna grab a random link from one of my YouTube videos just so I can show you guys how this works. And we'll just get my latest video here and share this, copy the link, and then post that in there. And then the video will pop up. And so as you can see, for leads, it'll make you do an in-stream ad automatically. And so on lead ads, you'll get this little button here, whereas on other ads, objectives, goals, you won't be able to get this button here. So that's one of the benefits of lead ads. You get this button here where it's really clear where to click. And you obviously put the link here, wherever you're linking them to, and then you're gonna put whatever your display link. So let me just show you what this looks like. So we'll just go to my webinar again. Pretend I wanna run ads for my webinar here. I want to put the display link, so the display link will be like that, and maybe I just want to take this off to make it look cleaner, or I want to make these like capital letters so they can read my name easier. Whatever you want to do here in this display link. It has to be the same URL though, so keep that in mind. And then call to action, let's say sign up. If I want them to sign up for my webinar, and then the headline will go like right here. So actually, yep, right there. And then let's say free training, sign up, pretty simple. This is what it looks like on mobile. This is what it looks like on desktop. So you guys can get an idea of what this exactly looks like. And then from there, you're gonna name your ad too. So typically I just use the same ad name on everything here, because when you do split test on YouTube, you do not want to, I'll explain that in a second. So let's not even jump into that. So I missed my bid, so let's do $200. Now I don't have to do $200 anymore because I've already gotten data behind my cost per lead. But if you're just starting out, you're gonna have to put a really high number there. And as you can see, my campaign's ready to go, continue. And as you can see here, so let me show you how to manage it now. So my campaign, let's see if it's on here. So it's not enabled right now. Let's check our campaigns if I can. So what's the name of this? Leads, subscribers. So right there, it's on, but I want to turn it off. So I'm going to do pause here. And so as an extension doesn't matter for YouTube. Videos will pretty much just show you the video that you have connected. And you can also add an additional call to action right here. This is something very few people know. Go to videos here. It will let you put an additional call to action on here. So let me show you what this looks like. So maybe I do free training again. Free. I'll just do free training again. Put the URL here again. Oh, need to copy this URL again. And we'll get rid of that. Paste this here. There we go. And then we'll copy this part, put this here, and then you pick a little button here. I just made a little thing in Photoshop that says like click here. I just want to show you guys what this looks like. And it will add like a little additional button to your video. So I made this little button just like that. And you'll see what this looks like once I put this here. And I'm gonna have to take this off after because... What's up, Future Millionaires? Today in this video, I want to cover you guys how to save. And let's try this again. What's up? Well, it's not showing up right now, weirdly enough, probably because it needs time to load in. But basically what it does, and you can test this on your own, it will put like a little bar here, and it'll put like a call to action and then a little button. And it'll put like a thing that they can move to the side. It will just give you an additional button. Now keep in mind, it does block a part of the video, especially on mobile. It will be pretty big, so keep that in mind if you decide to put this on here. But I'm going to remove it because I don't want this to appear on my YouTube video. And so we got other options here. Landing pages you don't really worry about. Keywords, this is where you can add more keywords if you decide you want to change it later. You can see all the audiences you targeted. And I didn't even put in the subscribers here, but if you want to add like the subscribers, for example, I'm going to put subscribers in here. Placements, settings. This is where you can edit the settings. Ad schedule, advanced bid adjustment. Okay, so if you're running keywords, for example, and you put a bunch of keywords in here, this is where you would remove keywords. Let's see if I can show you guys. Keywords here. I understand this video is all over the place, but there's really a lot of things to cover, so I apologize for that, but it still should be helpful for you guys in the long run. There's one that's targeting keywords. So as you can see here, I have a bunch of keywords here. And what you're gonna do is, as you can see over time, I've paused some of these keywords because you'll see, like right here, what the click-through rate is, what your cost per conversion is, and you'll be able to turn off the keywords that are doing bad and leave on the ones that are doing good. That's how you figure out and you change things over time. That's how you can save yourself money when you're managing your ads. Same thing with the audiences too. If you want to test different audiences, you can do that. But one thing to keep in mind is, this is the annoying thing about YouTube ads and just Google ads in general. So if you want to do a split test, let's say you want to test if this keyword works better than this, well, I shouldn't say keyword, but let's say you want to test if one audience works better than another audience. So let's say if your YouTube subscribers works better than your website visitors, or you want to see if this interest works better than this interest. You can't put them in the same ad and see which one works better. If you do that, what's going to happen is YouTube's just going to pick its own, which is favorite from the beginning, and just run your ads way harder on that one. And so you'll see here, what will confuse you guys is there's a campaign, but then if you click on this, there will be here what you call an ad group. So you can see here, ad group. And what happens is you'll have an overall campaign, then you have an ad group, and then you have an ad. And so it's kind of like Facebook, where they have the campaign, the ad set, and then the ad. And in Facebook, you can duplicate the ad set and do split tests that way. But if you do multiple ad groups within a campaign, YouTube and Google Ads will choose which ad group it likes best, and it will like pretty much not run ads to the other one. So you can't do accurate split tests that way. What you have to do instead is, anytime you want to do a split test, I don't even mess with multiple ad groups unless you want to test a bunch of keywords, but I don't even really recommend doing ad groups that much for YouTube. What I do instead is I make a different campaign for every single thing that I want to test. So let's say I want to test a certain group of keywords. Maybe one group of keywords is about social media marketing, and then another group of keywords is about Tai Lopez or something random. I'm going to make two different campaigns for that, so that I can accurately test between which one works better. And then after, let's say, a week or so, spending $10, $20 a day, I'm going to see which one performs better, got me a lower cost per conversion. And that's how I do my split test on YouTube. So let me cover one more time for you guys what the other campaigns is, just so I can show you the difference here. So if I press the plus button, do new campaign again, then I go to video again, and then I choose either this one or this one, like let's say product and brand consideration. So this is shopping. If you want people to consider your products, I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna do standard consideration. So what this will do compared to the reach consideration, it will go after more people that are higher quality, the highest engaging people, compared to the just straight up reach one. We'll just try to reach as many people as possible for as cheap as possible. That's why I feel like this one will give you slightly more quality people. And from this, you can even just test which works better for you. You can test between the lead campaign and this kind of campaign. That's what I did. That's what I suggest you do as well. So you're going to do the same name here, but one thing that I'm going to show you that's going to be different is, so as you can see here, maximum CPV bid. And that's where I want to show you guys is I just typically, you can either set this at 10 or 20 cents. If you want to be sure that's going to run, put it at 20 cents. And keep in mind, so that's the maximum you're willing to pay for somebody to view your ad. And if your bid's too low, like let's say you put 1 cent here, your ad's not going to run at all because other businesses and companies are paying more than 1 cent to run their ads. And the reason you want to put it at 20, you can most of the time get views between 3 cents and 10 cents. But the reason you want to put it at 20 is just to make sure your ads run. Or you can even put it at 15. And then what you do is after you run ads have run for a couple of days, then you lower it down to like 10, or let's say your average cost per view, you started at 15, but your average cost per view is actually like 7. Let's say you put it at 8 cents now, and now your cost per view is going to cost a little bit less because you're not bidding as much. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense for you guys. And that's really the main difference. So as you can see, maximum CPV is going to be the difference when you're choosing this goal compared to the lead goal. And your ad will not have a button like the lead goal had, unfortunately. Even though I think there should be a button, they don't. But you can still add that button the way that I showed you. And I'll show you in my video next, now that I've covered all of this. let's go back into my YouTube presentation. And this is how you kill it with YouTube ads. So let me pop this up for you guys and show you guys, now that I've showed you how to create your first campaign, some of my strategies behind creating an ad campaign, and show you one of my real life ad campaigns. So first off, why YouTube ads? Extremely underused and underrated. I'm just going over the guys. You probably know some of this stuff already. That's why you're trying to do it. But let me just recap for you in case you haven't thought of any of these. Higher quality customers. One thing you'll notice, your cost per lead or things like that might cost higher on YouTube, but what's going to happen is you're probably going to have a lot higher customers from YouTube ads. People that watch YouTube videos for whatever reason are really high quality that most of the time. Because, like for example, let's say you're trying to run to a webinar, those people are already used to watching long videos. Now they're going to watch your long webinar because they're already in the mood of watching videos. So you can retarget viewers of your YouTube videos, meaning you can run ads to people who are already interested and warmed up to you or your product. That's one of the main things that's really beneficial. And you can target intent-based consumers. That's the same thing as Facebook though. So here's some special rules to YouTube ads you guys need to know. You must grab their attention in the first 5 seconds. If you haven't seen a YouTube ad before, go and watch a YouTube ad, go on YouTube. There'll be a little skip button. So you have to get their attention in the first 5 seconds. But one thing to keep in mind is you don't pay unless somebody watches your video. So if they skip the video, you don't pay any money. So what you can do in the first 5 seconds is literally say, are you a social media marketer? Or do you live in this city? Or are you looking to buy a home? In the first 5 seconds, because then if they're not looking to buy a home, they're not going to watch it, you're not going to pay for it. But if they are a social media marketer, they're going to watch it, you've already pre-qualified them, and you're going to pay for them then if they're the right person. This is where this can be really beneficial. And I usually wouldn't recommend going over 1 minute long, because that skip button will stay there the whole time, and it's really tempting for somebody to press that little skip button. And you have to tell people where to click and give them time to click. So one thing that's confusing about YouTube is most people are not used to clicking on YouTube ads. Most people are just used to watching YouTube ads. They don't know where to click on YouTube ads yet because not very many people are using them effectively. So you have to tell people where to click, and you have to give them time to click. And I'll show you my example to give you guys exactly how to do this. So this is my recommended YouTube ad structure. You're going to start off with a hook. Just like I said, whatever your hook of your ad is, to grab their attention and qualify the person and hook them into watching the rest of the video. And why you should watch this is the next thing. So basically, why you should not skip this ad. And I'm going to show you guys an exact real life example where I do this exact structure. And then next, you're going to show them how this works or whatever your ad is about. And then you're going to show some results of your product or some of your people. And then you're going to give a call to action, tell them what to do, and then you're going to maybe cover some of their objections, some benefits of the product, and then you're going to give another call to action at the end. So here's what this looks like in real life. And this is my old room, by the way. I got a new apartment now, but this is back when I lived in my old, little bit cheaper apartment and didn't have the best setup, but this will still be really helpful for you guys. So here's my hook. Social media marketers, do this instead. If you're struggling to provide results or sell business owners on social media, it's probably because nobody showed you what's on the other side of this sheet of paper. So there's the hook for you guys. Social media marketers. And then so here's why you should watch this ad, so they watch all the way through. And no, don't worry, I'm not gonna make you put in your email or attend a training just to see what's on the other side of this piece of paper, because I believe in providing value first. On the other side of this piece of paper is the exact system I set up for all of my clients to generate them customers on demand. And then how this works. The best part, once you set this up, there's very little maintenance needed, and you just collect your check every single month. All right, enough's enough. Let me show you the exact system. My clients pay me $1,500 to $5,000 per month to set up for them. Here it is. As you can see, there's only 3 simple steps. We run Facebook ads, we collect leads via Facebook's built-in lead gen system, and we send that new customer to the client. Heck, maybe you've even seen this before. So let me show you a real-life example of how I brought one of my gym clients from 56 members to over 250 in 6 months. Keep in mind, they pay me $2,500 every single month to have this set up for them. All right, guys, so this is a real life example of what this looks like in real life from one of my gym clients. So they're offering a free 7-day pass. We have a video here. You don't necessarily need a video. People click on this button on Facebook and they get sent to as you can see, I just show them how this process works, how I get businesses to pay me money to set up Facebook. The best part, once you set this up, so here's the results then. I show them like what it's like, show them the results of your product, whatever it is.
Just to show you guys like how good this actually works. This is me getting $5 leads for this client from this exact ad. And also just to show you guys that I actually do make money from this, and a very good amount of money. This is a screenshot from one of my clients that paid me this month. They paid $5,000 just for this 1 month alone, just for me to set up a system like this for them.
So then call to action.
So if you'd like me to show you step by step how I set up a system like this for businesses, click Visit Advertiser and sign up for the free training I'm holding on how I built a 6-figure income setting up these systems for clients.
So if you'd like me to pay attention to, as you can see, I put these little arrows here, my video put the little arrows because I told him to put them there. But if you test out watching YouTube ads, test it on your phone and test it on the computer. So there will be a little button that says Visit Advertising here if you're on mobile, or a little button that says Visit Advertiser on desktop. Now keep in mind, if I ran a lead ad, there will be a button down here too. But these ones show up on every type of ad that you do. That's why I had them do this. And you also got that little thing here that pops out to the side that I talked about earlier. But the thing is, if they have the option to X out of this. So if they X'd out of this, they're no longer able to click it. So that's why I'd tell them to use these little links here that say Visit Advertiser, because those are always there no matter what kind of ad I'm running, at least for now. So make sure you check in on YouTube ads regularly. Make sure these buttons are still here, because if you change your ad and then they're confused where to click, you're going to be messed up. But YouTube hasn't changed this yet.
The advertiser and sign up for the free training I'm holding on how I built a 6-figure income setting up these systems for clients. So if you like,
and as you can see, I didn't give them time to click there that much, but they know how to click and where to click. Now this is where I'm going to talk about if they're still having objections, I'm going to give them some extra bonuses.
In the training, we'll go over 1, my straight up stupid strategy for obtaining your first high paying client in 30 days. No sales experience necessary. If you suck at sales, this is for you. 2, how to deliver mind blowing results to your clients so they stay for life. And 3, how to scale to 6 figures in only 6 months.
All right. So then from there, I give one last call to action and I give them time to click at the end, which you'll see.
Ready to join me? All you have to do is click the button below or on this video. Click the screen and there will be a button in the top right that says Visit Advertiser on mobile, or the bottom left if you're on desktop. Once you get to the page, all you have to do is fill out your name and email, and you'll be registered for the training. Looking forward to meeting you and helping you change your life. And if you made it this far, don't waste this opportunity. Take advantage, because this won't be up forever.
So as you can see, then I just had them add 15 seconds to the end of the video where it gives them time to click on it, because what will happen is if you don't give them time and they want them to watch the whole video, then your ad's just going to end and they're not going to be able to click on anything because their new video started. So I usually give them like 15 seconds at the end to give them time to click on whatever it is. So they're able to do that. That's pretty much everything. There's my example of an ad. That's how you do YouTube ads. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, because there's literally not very many people in the world that know how to do this stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content about YouTube ads. And also, if you run Facebook ads, I highly recommend checking out some of my other Facebook ad videos. You get some probably brand new tips that you've never heard in your life before. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.